Let me say something that most people in this space are too careful to say directly. Not everyone around you is going to celebrate what you're building. Not because they're bad people or because they don't care about you, but because your growth is doing something to the people around you that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And if you've been waiting for the people closest to you to validate what you're building before you keep going, this episode is going to challenge that because that wait is costing you something you cannot get back. By the end of this episode, you're going to understand exactly why the silence or the resistance around you is not a reflection of your worth. And you're going to have the clarity to keep moving regardless of who is or is not clapping for you. And that is what we're getting into today. I'm Caren, and this is The Rewrite, a podcast about finding the courage to pursue the life you already know you're meant to live. If you are new here, welcome. Every episode stands completely on its own, so you can start right here. And before we dive in, if what I bring to the show resonates with you, I want to ask you to subscribe and follow. Every subscription, every share does more than support this show. It puts this conversation in front of someone who may need it exactly when they need it most. These small things genuinely make a difference in this world, and I believe that with everything in me. So thank you very much. Now, today we're talking about one of the most deeply painful parts of the process of rebuilding your life. The moment you realize that not everyone around you is moving with you. Here is something nobody prepares you for when you start doing the real work of changing your life. The people closest to you, whether that is family, friends, or the circle you have built around yourself, are not always the ones who show up for it. And that disconnect between the significance of what you're building and the silence of the people you expected to be in your corner can stop someone in their tracks faster than any external obstacle ever could. Because the external obstacles are impersonal. You can push through a circumstance and work around a limitation. You can even outwork a setback. But the silence of someone whose opinion matters to you, well, that lands differently. It gets inside. And if you're not careful, it starts to sound like evidence. Evidence that maybe you're wrong about this, that the things you're building is not as significant as it feels from the inside. It is not evidence of any of those things, but it feels like it. And that feeling is exactly what this episode is about. I want to say something here before we go further. I have been genuinely blessed to have a family around me who are supportive of each other and of what I'm building. And I don't take that for granted. And I know it's not everyone's reality because I have also seen the other version up close and personal. People whose families were not in their corner, not even close. And what I've observed over the years is that it can go one of two ways. There are those who press through the absence of support and build something extraordinary anyway, who decided that the lack of a cheering section was not going to write the ending of their story. And there are those who got swallowed by it, who stayed exactly where they were because the weight of feeling unsupported became heavier than the pull of what they were meant to build. This episode is for both, but especially for the second one because that does not have to be where your story ends. I want to give you something more useful than telling you to cut people off or lower your expectations. I want to give you the honest explanation for what is actually happening when the people around you go quiet or resistant in the middle of your growth. And I want to be clear that this is not just about family. It can be your closest friends, your coworkers, people who you have known for years, even acquaintances whose opinions you did not realize mattered to you until they went quiet. Because understanding it changes how much power you give it. So let me walk you through what is actually happening underneath the surface. The first reason is fear. Not fear of you specifically, fear of losing access to you and the version of you that was always available, always present, always the same. Growth changes your availability. It changes your priorities and what you say yes to and what you say no to. And for someone who has built their relationship with you around a particular version of you, that shift can feel like a threat even when it's not intended that way. What looks like resistance is often grief in disguise. The grief of losing the version of you they were most comfortable with. And grief does not always look graceful. The second reason is comparison. This next one is uncomfortable, but it's real, and I'm not going to soften it. Because sometimes people around you go quiet because your movement highlights their stillness. Your growth becomes an unspoken mirror for everything they have been putting off in their own life. And rather than letting that mirror motivate them, it becomes easier to withdraw from yours. That withdrawal is not about you. It is about the conversation your growth is having with their own unfinished business. The third reason is hierarchy. And this one is the most uncomfortable of all. There are people in your life, people who may genuinely care about you, who have built their sense of identity around being further along than you, more successful, more established, more certain of where they stand. And when you start building something significant, that hierarchy shifts. The dynamic they were comfortable in is no longer stable as it was. Their resistance or their silence is not about what you deserve. It's about what your growth is threatening in them. None of these reasons make the behavior acceptable, but understanding them removes the personal sting because none of them are actually about you. I want to give you something concrete to measure your relationships against, not a checklist, a feeling. Genuine support feels like someone is actually in your corner, not just saying the right things when you're in the room, but showing up consistently in the way they respond to what you're building. It looks like someone who asks real questions with curiosity, who listens actively when you talk about what you're working toward, who sometimes brings you the honest answer that is hard to hear, but delivers it in a way that you somehow know is coming from a good place rather than from their own discomfort with your progress. It looks like someone whose words and actions match, who does not celebrate you publicly while undermining you privately, or encourage you in one breath and minimize you in what you're building on the next. And here is a nuance I want you to hold before you start evaluating the people in your life. Not everyone who loves or cares about you is naturally expressive. Some people carry genuine pride for you internally that never quite makes it to the surface in the way you need it to. And on some level, you pay close enough attention, it shows. It shows in how they treat you and how they talk about you to others, in the small moments that do not look like celebration but are something close to it. Discernment matters here. There is a difference between someone who is not wired to be expressive and someone who is genuinely unsupportive. One requires patience and perhaps an honest conversation. The other requires an honest evaluation of how much access you're giving them to what you are building. Be careful about who you allow alongside your journey. Not everyone who started with you is meant to go where you're going. And that is not a judgment on them. It is a reality of growth. Here is what I need you to understand about waiting for celebration before you keep moving. Every day you spend waiting for the people around you to validate what you're building is a day you are not building it. And it's not just the time that is lost, it's the momentum, the confidence that comes from forward movement, the evidence that accumulates when you keep going regardless of who's watching. And all of that is being held hostage by an approval that may never come in the form you're looking for. And here's the honest truth underneath that. If what you're building genuinely matters, and if it's the kind of thing that could change the course of your life and potentially touch the lives of others, then allowing the silence of people who are navigating their own fears and limitations to stop you is one of the most expensive decisions you could make. Not expensive in the financial sense, expensive in the deepest sense. The cost of a life not fully lived, of a calling that waited too long for permission that was never going to arrive from the outside. That cost is real, and you deserve to hear it straight up so you can decide consciously whether you're willing to pay it. I want to offer you something before we get to the reflection part of this. You are running your own race. I'm going to say it again. You are running your own race, and what other people think of what you're doing is none of your business. Not because their opinions don't matter, but because their opinions about your journey are being filtered through their own fears, their own limitations, their own unfinished business. They're not seeing your path clearly. They're seeing it through the lens of everything they have not yet done themselves. That doesn't make them your enemy. It makes them human, but it does mean that their silence or their resistance is not qualified feedback on whether you should keep going. The only person who can truly evaluate whether what you're doing and what you're building matters is you. And the fact that you're still here, still listening, still doing the work tells me you already know the answer. I want to speak directly to someone right now. The one that's thinking about slowing down, maybe stopping altogether. Not because you've run out of belief in what you're building, but because the people around you do not seem to care. And that lack of visible support has started to feel like a verdict. It is not a verdict. Do not stop. If what you're trying to build matters in a significant and life-changing way for you and for the people it is meant to reach, then letting other people's silence make that decision for you is not an option you can't afford. You're not building this for the people who are not clapping. You're building it for the people who are watching and waiting for it. The ones who do not even know yet what you are creating is exactly what they have been looking for. Those people deserve what you're building, and so do you. Letting other people's lack of support keep you exactly where you are is a choice, and it should not be good enough for you, unless it truly is. But if you're still listening, a part of you know it is truly not. So keep going. What you bring to this world matters. Before the next episode, here's what I want you to do. Think about one person in your life whose silence or resistance around what you're building has been taking up space in your head, and ask yourself honestly which category they fall into. Are they someone who is navigating their own fear or limitation and needs grace and patience? Or are they someone whose access to your journey needs to be reconsidered? Write your honest answer to this, not the comfortable one, the true one, and then decide what you're going to do with it. If you want a structured place to do this work, I have put together a free 10-week workbook that walks you through everything we have covered in the first 10 episodes of this show. It's completely free, and the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If this episode landed for you, share it with someone who is in the middle of becoming something new and needs the reminder that the absence of applause is not a reason to stop. Make sure you're subscribed. New episodes drop every week, and where we're going next continues to build on everything we are doing together. This is The Rewrite, because your story isn't finished yet.